Hi my darlings, so you are ready to join us for our lower body blast. Today, exactly like it says on the tin, we are going to annihilate those legs, that lower half. So, as you can see, I've got my trusty little ankle weights on. You guys, as always, don't need to use any of the additional props. I'm just a glutton for punishment. So I have these ankle weights on, which are about 3 pounds. And then, for a little extra fun, I also have my little resistance loop. Again, as always, no extras are needed. Trust me, this will be plenty awful all on its own. So, I'm going to pop my band just here. I'm going to start on my mat and let's have our feet nice and wide for me. So we're going to come on to some dynamic articulations. We come down for 2 and we come up into our nice big chest opener, and again we come down for 2 and lift up that chest to the sky. I always faintly feel a little bit like we're joining a cult when we do this one. And last one, as we come down, lifting up that chest to the sky and bring our hands onto our hips. From here, we're going to inhale as we squat down and exhale as we lift. So you can keep your hands onto your hips. As you can see, I like to kind of have my arms in front of me. You can bring your hands onto your hips in front of you, across our chest, or my personal favourite, praying it's going to be done. Good. As always, nice squat technique. Thinking about bum down, chest up for me. Weight into those heels. You know it's going to get worse before it gets better. And last one, we're going to stay down. Small, tiny pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, chest proud, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the right heel, continue to pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down, lift the left and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift both at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can we hold? Can we get a little bit lower? Ooh, a shaking for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the heels, come all the way up. Walk our feet back in for me, coming on down to our knees. So you can face any which way works for you. I'm going to come and face to the side so you can see what I'm up to. So coming on down to our hands first. Can we make sure that our hands are directly underneath of the shoulders? Can we make sure that our knees are directly underneath of the hips? Let's extend our left leg nice and long for me. From here, we're going to lift that leg and we're going to lower it down. So we want to make sure that that back stays completely still from our tailbone to the crown of the head. So we don't want to be doing any crazy archings of the back. We don't want it to dump into our lower back. We really want to keep it focused in that glute. Yes, and focus in the glute it will, my friends. So we're going to do 4 more. And 3 and 2. Last one, can we stay lifted for me? From this lifted position, can we go ahead and can we circle around a bigger circle for 4 and 3, keeping the hips level, and 2, as big of a circle as you're allowed to go with your hips not moving, and 1, can we reverse that circle for me, for 5, and 4, belly button lightly connected to the spine, and 3, and 2, and 1. Can we make a slightly more medium circle for me? Switching directions. A medium circle. Good. So like a watermelon. If anyone's watched Dirty Dancing, what is that quote? I know a couple of people that will know that one. I carried a watermelon. And change that medium circle direction. For 5, 4, belly button lightly into the spine. 3, and 2, and 1. Change directions for our tiny little circle for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap that leg down, rest it for a second. Come down onto our elbows, relax our shoulders back and down. And when I say a second, I truly do mean a second. Lifting our leg back up into a nice line with our body as we flex the foot and draw the heel into the bum and point the your toe and reach it away. We're flexing and squeezing the hamstring. We're pointing and we're feeling that quad activate. We have 5 and extend and 4. Really creating that resistance. And 3 and moving it away. And 2. And last one, stay all the way out. Can we go ahead and tap towards the opposite side for me, to our right side? We're going to diagonally sweep back to where we were and tap back down to that right side. Again, we have 10 and tap. And 9. Notice how my hips and the rest of my body isn't moving. And 8. And 7. And 6. Can we plug those shoulder blades in? And 5. And 4. Those glutes are starting to say hello. And 3. And 2. Last one, stay lifted. Small pulses up to the sky for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Feeling length for me. We hold. Yes. For 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Give that glute a little tap for me. From here, let's come and grab our band. So I want us to continue working that side. Now I'm just going to go ahead and pop my band just over my ankle weights. If you need to take your ankle weights off at this point, feel free to. I'm coming in that side prop position for me. I'm up onto my elbow, lifting my oblique up off the floor. My legs are going to be in line with the body for me. Yes. From here, relaxing that upper torso. We lift that top leg up. So we're just feeling that resistance on the band. We're going to lift and lower. Notice how as I lower down, I'm not coming all the way down. I'm always keeping that initial resistance on that band. Being careful to keep our hips stacked. Being careful to keep our shoulders stacked. Yes. And really push away from that bottom shoulder for me. Good. We have another 8 and 7. 6. Making sure that leg stays parallel. So we're not turning up towards the ceiling. So we're really keeping into the side of that glute. Good. And 3 and 2. Last one. Stay lifted and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Lose the band for me. From here, come all the way down. So we're resting onto that arm as a pillow. Bottom leg is going to be bent. Top leg is going to lift up. We're going to laterally rotate it. We're going to do a big circle around. So much as the same way that we did when we were lying into that quadruped position. Good, you got it. And we have another 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Can we reverse that circle for me? Good, lovely. And only keeping that range of motion that will allow your hips to stay stacked. And 3 and 2 and 1. What about that medium circle for me? That watermelon. I mean, granted, it's a large watermelon, but that's okay. Good. And 3 and 2 and 1. Opposite direction for 5, 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Reverse direction, small circles. Oh, see, I'm smiling, guys, but inside I'm dying a little bit. And 3, 2, 1. Reverse. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower that leg down. Give it a little glute of pat. Rolling onto your tummy. Bringing our arms into genie arms. So we're resting our forehead onto your forearms. No tension whatsoever in those neck or shoulders. Legs are shoulder distance apart. Go ahead, bring our heels together and flex our feet for me. From here, we squeeze the glutes and we lift the quads up off the floor and lower down with control. We lift and lower. Now notice how well we're doing this. My upper body is not moving. Good. We have 10 and lower and 9 and back down and 8. Keep relaxing that upper body. And 7. Yes, yes, yes. And 6 and lower and 5 and controlling down and 4. Let the glutes do the work here. And 3 and 2. Last one for me. Stay lifted. Small pulses to the sky. Go ahead. Pubic bone down to the floor. Belly button lifted up off the floor. I won't see that, but you will feel that. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower down. Extend the legs. Have the legs parallel, so they're sit bones distance apart. Kneecaps are to the floor. We lift our left leg up and lower it down. Lift that right leg up and lower it down. So whilst you're doing this, continue to alternate. I really want you to think about only lifting as far as you can whilst not letting those hips do a little salsa dance. Good. And don't worry about how high we can get. How long can you get with that leg? Can you imagine that someone's pulling your leg away from you? Good. Really pointing those toes. Really imagining that the movement doesn't end where the toe ends. We have 5 and 4. Really tensing and feeling that tone in that quad and hamstring. And 2 more. And 1 more. Keep that leg up. Pulse that straight leg to the sky for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Lifting that second leg up. Can we ground down the rest of the body for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Hands underneath of our shoulders. Come on up to a seated position. We've got that second side to do, my friends. Let's bring that band on that ankle again. I know. You were hoping maybe I'd forgotten that second side, right? I know you were. I was hoping maybe I'd forgotten that second side. All right, side propped position. Again, let's just take a second just to really make sure we have good technique. Elbows underneath of our shoulder. Chest is proud. Shoulder away from our ears. Hips are stacked. Shoulders stacked. Legs are extended in line with the body. Throat is nice and exposed. And legs are parallel. Let's have that initial tension on that band. We lift an inch and lower. We lift an inch and lower. Now, even though we're technically not in a side plank position, I want you to almost imagine that you were. So we're still thinking about trying to lift that waist up off the floor. So just because our hip is down doesn't mean we're letting everything relax down. Oh no, my friend. Good. Now we have another 5. And call me crazy, but yes, this burns, but in a weird way, it feels kind of good. And 2, everyone's like, you're crazy. And 1, and pulse up. Now, are we still in parallel for me? Good. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Bend the legs. Take that band, pop it to the side. Done with that. Come on all the way down. So we're relaxed in that side body. Bottom leg is bent for support. Top leg is extended. Now, from here, we lift that leg up. It's laterally rotated. We make those big circles. So again, guys, as we were lying onto that quadruped position, we very much made sure that everything else was stable. Same thing happens. 2 more for me. And 1 more. Can we reverse that big circle? And I hear you say, but Hannah, we didn't do the second side of that quadruped. Don't you worry, guys. I've got you covered. That's what we're doing next. Oh, yeah. And 3. And 2. And 1. Can we do that medium-sized circle for me? Going forward for me. Yes. Can we think about our hips still stacked? Can we think about our shoulders stacked? Can we think about that watermelon? And I can definitely see that my watermelon is very misshapen. Can we reverse that watermelon for me? For 6, yes. And 5, keeping everything relaxed in the upper body. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Small circle forward. Come on up. Remember my promise of that quadruped position. Now we're getting to it, guys. Readjust that wardrobe should we need to. And then come on down to our hands. So again, take a second. Are our hands underneath of our shoulders? Are our knees underneath of our hips? Extend that right leg nice and long. We lift the leg and we lower it down. And again, we lift and we lower. As we're doing this and we're starting to get tired, can we make sure that we're not dumping into our supporting leg? So I don't want us to really be sagging over to the left. Good. Again, we have 4 and 3, almost there, and 2, plug our shoulders in, and 1. Can we stay here? Can we do a big circle for 5 and 4? Keep the hips stable, and 3 and 2 and 1. Can we reverse that circle for me? For 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Our medium circle. Remember that watermelon. And 4 and 3. Belly button lightly into the spine. 3. Looking between our hands off the end of the mat. 1. Reverse that watermelon. For 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Small circles other direction. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change directions of that small circle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, lower the leg down. Come on down to our elbows. Elbows are directly underneath those shoulders. Push the shoulders from our ears. Lift that leg up so it's in line with our body. Flex the foot as we bring the heel to the bum and point as we reach away. We flex and we point. And 5, feeling length. And 4, creating that tension. And 3, we're almost there. And 2, yes, yes, yes. And 1, and go ahead, stay long. Diagonally tap to the left side without moving our hips. And sweep up to that same start position. Tap down, belly button to the spine to stabilize. Hips are still shining towards the floor. And 4, and lowering down. And 3, almost there. And 2, good. Last 1, and lower down. Send ourselves back in that rest position for me. Good, roll all the way up, roll our shoulders back. You can take off your ankle weights if they're still on. I'm just going to go ahead and keep mine on just for ease. And sitting cross-legged, crisscross applesauce, or sitting out nice and long, depending on whatever feels comfortable for you. And we're just going to walk our fingertips forward, stretching into those glutes. Taking a nice deep breath in, walking our arms over to the right side, really grounding that left sit bone down. And back through center, over to that left side, grounding that right sit bone down. Back through center, walk our hands back up towards you, and let's cross the legs the other way. And this feels weird. This knee feels like it's up to my ear. From here, we walk forward for me, trying to keep the bum down to the floor. Let's walk over to that left side first. Again, trying to keep that right side down. Feeling a little bit of this little bit of stretch in a different way. It hits a bit differently. Back through center. Walking over to that right side. Grounding our left bum down. Come back through center. Walking up, back towards you. Relax, so shoulders shrug to the ears, we squeeze back, we slide down, and shoulders to the ears, squeeze back, slide down, 1 for the road, shoulders to the ears, squeeze back, slide down, and guys, you made it to the end of our lower body blast. Can't wait to hear all about the horrors of that, and I will see you next time.